guys, how you doing? It's the Swisher Family Homestead / farm. Alright, look, so I was going to do a Q&A with Amy, and I decided to do it myself right now. She's in there doing some important stuff that she's got to get done, but I just wanted to have a quick brief talk about what's going on. And you know, moving out here to the country like we did from the city was a big step in our life. It was a pretty decent sized step. You really have to do your homework. I'm going to specify that. Please, before you go and do something like this, do your homework. Being out here has and will take a toll on your body. And don't think when you get out of here, you know, you're just going to be able, it is going to take a toll on your body. Since I've been out here, I've probably injured myself about 18 times. Mostly we're pulling muscles and tendons and, you know, doing stuff like that. Now, of course, my weight is not the best, and I, you know, need to get this weight off, and I understand that. But, you know, it's hard for me because I'm out here and I got so many things to do. And, you know, I've always been a pretty big guy, pretty beefed up guy. I've never really been a small guy. But, you know, coming out here and homesteading was probably one of the best things we could do. I've noticed my stress level has went down tremendously. You know, owning a restaurant, your stress level is nonstop, 90 miles an hour. You know, I was working 7 days a week, and this is no joke, anywhere from 90 to 112 hours a week. Just me. It's not including the time that Amy put in and everybody else. That was just me putting that in. That takes a toll on your body, you know. Since I've been out here, I've had some positives and some negative things happen, but, you know, it goes to say with your age, you know, once you turn 50, you're that halfway mark right there, you know. And I'd like to get the farm done, and I'd like to get all this stuff finished in a timely manner, so I can at least spend my days that I have left enjoying what I have, and enjoy the work that I put into it. You know, lately, it hasn't been that much of an enjoyment to me because there's too many projects, and, you know, I'm trying to slow down and do one project at a time. And, you know, we just got over COVID. We had COVID, and let me tell you, that was no treat either. Anybody who's had COVID will know what it's like to have it. It is not a treat. I'm on my 3rd week, I think, now, and I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to come out of it, which is a good thing for me. Amy, unfortunately, still has a very bad cough, and I'm a little concerned about it, but, you know, if it becomes a problem, she'll tell me, and we'll take care of it. You can't force your wife to do anything she don't want to do. She's going to do what she wants to do regardless. Y'all know this, and it's just one of those facts. But the whole point of me getting on here is about where we're going right now. In the past 3 years since we have moved out here, I have seen a lot of changes in population growth, and the people that, you know, have no clue about what's going on right now. You know, most people live their life day to day, and they've got blinders on, basically, and they're not looking at what's going on around them. They're not stepping back and saying, hey, look, something's not right here, you know. Questions, tons of questions, you know, like, why are we in such a rush to go back to the moon now? What is the whole point of going to the moon now? We got people starving. We're having enough problems in our country right now with trying to take care of what we got and not be overtaken by all this political stuff. But we're rushing to the moon. Well, as far as I know, that rocket fuel that they use to go to the moon is not healthy for our atmosphere as is. You know, they talk about cows, and they talk about how the manure does, it disrupts the, you know, I'm so tired of hearing all this stuff. When I was growing up, you didn't hear any of this. As soon as the internet came open, it was a good point and a bad point. The bad point was that you'll hear everything that happens now. And the good point is that, you know, if you do your research, you can find out who's full of bull and who's telling the truth. And I'd say probably about 90% of the stuff that you're reading on the internet is probably bull. Unfortunately, nobody's doing nothing about it. Everybody's getting away with whatever they want to do, and nobody's being held accountable. I get a lot of agricultural magazines, and I got one just the other day, and I saw, somebody on one of my Facebook pages pretty much tell the same story that I'm being told from the magazines, is that this year there's going to be a massive shortage on tomatoes. I'm not talking something small, I'm talking massive shortage. I'm talking so big that the other countries are not going to be able to help us out. That means we're going to have a shortage. Well, anything that has a tomato in it, you can pretty much kiss that goodbye, or you are going to pay through the nose for it. Everything from tomato sauce to ketchups. Basically anything that uses tomatoes, you're going to end up having to either pay a high price for, or you're not going to be able to get it. Now, I'm not saying don't be a spaz and go out there like the toilet paper run and buy 50 bottles of ketchup and try to put them on eBay and sell them for $100 a bottle. You're an idiot if you do that. What I'm stating is that this is the point in time where self-reliance, growing a garden and growing your own vegetables, comes into a key point. Also, it's a time for canners to get on the ball. They have plenty of recipes out there for canning your own tomato sauce, tomato juice, ketchups, dried. You can even dry your Roma tomatoes if you want to. There are so many alternatives. Now we got this huge shortage coming up, right? And we got all these people living in the city, don't know nothing about gardening, don't know nothing about homesteading. They look at us like we have a disease because we're out here doing what they can't do, or that they don't understand what we're doing, or they don't understand how to do it in a sense. They're not educated on it. Me and Amy weren't highly educated on homesteading either. We came out here and we've been learning. I mean, there's a lot of studying, a lot of book reading, and a lot of asking questions to people who do homestead. The best question you can ask is go to your local farmer and ask him what he thinks. He's going to be honest with you. He's going to tell you you're freaking nuts. He's going to tell you, my family generation been doing this, and it's only getting harder and harder and harder to do. Now, growing your own livestock, or raising your own livestock, we have chickens. Chicken supply us with a lot of eggs. I think last time Amy went and got eggs, we got like 52, 53 eggs. So we got plenty of eggs. So if everything goes thing, we always have a protein, we always have eggs. Our chickens are brooding right now, so they're most likely going to start setting. If they want to set, let them set. Great, wonderful. If I get some chicks out of it, fantastic. Those chicks become dinner. They become fried chicken or baked chicken or grilled chicken or whatever. We haven't been able to get a whole lot done on our homestead financially wise. We don't have the money that most of these people have. And I just think it's funny how I'll look on YouTube and I'll see this person putting in, $25,000 fence, right? And they're living in a $50,000 home. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to figure that out. Wouldn't you put your money into your home and fix your home up and get your home up to date? So that way you don't have any problems as you grow old, and just put a basic fence. Do you really need to spend a lot of money to put a fence in? And I know what it's for. It's for subscribers, for watchers, people to watch them. And I am not the best person on YouTube, but I'm a down-to-earth person, and I get the job done one way or another, that's for sure. You don't have to be an expert to do this stuff. You just have to do your research and know what to believe and what not to believe. So I see these YouTubers all talking about, all right, so this is what I think is funny on YouTube. I actually kind of get a laugh out of it. All right, so YouTube will come up, you'll go and you'll look at YouTube, and you'll see one person canning, right? This person is canning this. The next day you turn on YouTube, there's 20 people canning because all of them saw that video and are wanting to hop on the bandwagon. It just can. Just show people how to can. We don't need your long life stories. If we want to learn how to can, teach us how to can. If we want to learn how to garden, teach us how to garden. You know, I see some of these videos, you ever come across in one video where the video just keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed before they get to the final, and then they never get to the final, and that really irks me major, because I'm watching it, waiting for it to happen, and it never happens. But yeah, I mean, you know, being self-sufficient and being on the farm and, you know, doing what me and Amy have done now for 3 years has done me a lot of good, and I've also seen negatives behind it. You know, negatives are is that, well, let's go positives. Positives are is I live in the country now. I don't live in the city. I don't have my neighbors out where I can touch my neighbor's house. We don't have to worry about neighbors. We don't have to worry about noise. We don't have to worry about any of that stuff. We live out in the country. It's us. It's Mother Nature. It's woods. It's our animals. And what neighbors we do have, we have a community out here. We've built a community. Some of you might not call it a community. Some of you might call it a village. We have a village out here. And we all want to help each other. We all are looking at the same points and the same things that we want to do and why we moved out here. We all moved out of here to be self-sustaining. So if a farmer helps out a farmer, then everybody works together. You know, we got a garden that's big enough to feed 4 families. And with that garden being that big, we will give to our other friends and farmers here on the ridge and help them out. Now, when they come up with something, like say they slaughter a cow, or they're slaughtering chickens, or they're doing pigs, and they share the benefit with us, we're helping each other out. They don't do that anymore. Your neighbor can give 2 craps less about you, unless they want something, and then they'll come and ask you about it. But yeah, I'm reading all these agricultural magazines I got for the first of the month, and let me tell you, man, we're talking of major problems. I read another article on success farming, and it talked about grain. You know, you people own cattle right now, you're going to pay through the nose for grain this year, next year, and the next year after that. Why? Because with this heat that we just had, some of the farmers I know personally around here, their corn was lucky to get 2 foot tall before it burned up. So now they have to go and buy their feed. This is real stuff, people. Open up your eyes and see what's happening right now. I mean, that grain feeds a lot of things. That grain also feeds you hunters out there. It feeds your deer. I mean, come on. We all have to work together on this position, or we're all going to hurt. We need to work as a team. We need to become one. Now, as far as people in the city are concerned, hey, you guys, I'm sorry, but you guys have to have an exit strategy. So I think you guys need to start thinking about that, because there's a lot more stuff going on you're going to see in the next couple of months that is really going to bring things down hard on you. I don't think this economy is going to last. I think we're going to have a complete and total fallout, and I think you're going to see people being laid off, and people, I mean, think about it. Amazon is laying off people, and they've stopped building warehouses, and they've stopped a main office in downtown Nashville because they don't know where the economy's going right now. They don't know how bad it's going to get. Look at the stock market. Take 5 minutes, go on and look at the stock market. See how the stocks have been going in the stock market. All right, next thing I want you to see is I want you to see the feds and what the feds are doing with the interest rates and everything. Let me tell you guys, this is not going to turn out good. This is going to turn out very, very bad. I am not at all one of those conspiracy theories people. I just go by what I read and what I see. And what I have seen is a change in the world. You know, if you ever wanted an upbringing, this might cause it. This might ensue the situation. I don't know how one person can correct this. It's going to take a village to correct this problem. We all have to get together. We all have to call our local congressman and get a hold of them and tell them what we expect them to do for us, what we want. Not them telling us what we think that we want. You know, it was funny because I won't say where the election was. I don't want to get into politicals too much. But there was one person that was doing what they wanted to do, thinking that's what was good for her people. And when the re-election came up, guess who didn't get elected? Because they didn't want any of that. She just went ahead and did it. You know, our forefathers would be disgusted with the way things have turned out right now. I'm disgusted with it. I've got my grandkids have to grow up in this. I have my daughter that has to grow, all my kids, not just my daughter, but all my kids have to grow up in this. And they're the ones who are going to take the brunt of the hit. We'll see it. We'll see a percentage of it, but they're going to take the brunt of the hit. So just think about when you have your kids out there and you're sitting and you're looking at your grandkids. Think about what you want for them. Think about what you can teach them. Teach them how to garden. Teach them how to hunt. Teach them how to forage. Teach them what love is. Teach them the difference between right and wrong. Teach them not to back down from situations, because fear is one of the greatest things that you have. You can accomplish a lot with fear. You may be scared, but until you try it and do it, you'll never know. Fear is your friend. I don't want to tell you that. Well, guys, I've hit on some of the points that I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I just feel that there's a lot going on, and we all need to start paying attention. And I'm worried for everybody, you know. I am a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in the 10 Commandments. I believe in abiding by them. I believe in trying to do what's right, right? And not all of us can do right. We all sin from time to time. And we all understand that. But if we don't step up to the plate now, as one, we'll be defeated. And who knows where we'll be at that point. I worry about my grandkids. I worry about my daughters. I worry about my son. You guys, we never wanted this for you. We never wanted you to have this in your history. We've always wanted better for everybody. Everybody with children has always wanted better for their children. And let me tell you, money can't buy happiness, because when the money's all gone, you got nothing. But when you got this land and you got a self-sustaining agricultural here, you're doing good for yourself. Well, guys, this is Swisher Family Farm. I'm glad that you guys took some time out. I hope you understand where I'm going with this. If you have any other questions, leave comments down below. I'd like to do another one of these. If you're interested in me doing another one, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, that subscribe button. I just think about what tomorrow may bring. Love your family. Teach your kids. And if you haven't been out there and taken that jump to be self-sustainable, you need to do it. At that point, guys, I think the dog needs to be let out. It's been raining, and I think I gotta go. So at that point, God bless you all. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up and subscribe button. And until our next video, we'll see you later. Bye.